one of the most powerful tools for life, not just for relationships and how to be able to get together and have a great relationship with your man or your woman, is the aspect of how to neutralize emotions. I am Mario Torres Leon, the founder of alifepartner.com, where we support men and women, successful men and women, to be able to rekindle, to be able to return back to love, to be able to get back to being cherished again, which is one of the things that we're seeing that happens more and more, where people are just going on diverging paths, and in many cases ending up in these topics of separation or divorce. And today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite tools, if you will, inside the Alive Partner course that I've created. It took me over 25 years and more than $500,000 of my own personal money over almost 3 decades to be able to talk about the things, to discover them, to be able to go through them myself, and then eventually to end up in a 14-year marriage where a lot of the things have come up, some of them really painfully, some of them really joyfully, and it has been a journey. And I had been looking for so many things, read the books, gone to the courses, taken the planes to go to exotic destinations to be able to understand how the things work and be able to bring them. And all of that combined with my experience of almost 3 decades of being a physician have essentially created this experience that I call alifepartner.com and the different courses and experiences that we offer to community members. Well, in the Alive Partner course, which is a course that is comprised of 5 modules, you learn a bunch of different things that are very actionable, fast, that will change your relationship immediately. And this is really what I have come across and I have modified and evolved and created that I think are the most powerful things that you can actually do to change your relationship, change your life right now. And we have many people in our community who've actually gone through this. So if you haven't actually seen this before, this is the first time you're encountering this, I'll invite you to click on the link so you can see some of the testimonials of the people who have gone through our experiences. But in this particular tip that I'm going to be talking about, this tool, this is really powerful, and it's the aspect of how to neutralize your emotions. And I'll give you a very quick example. In fact, today my son came back from school and he was beside himself. He was just really upset. He's 6 years old, had a horrible day for a multitude of reasons at school, and he was just screaming, crying, clenching himself. It was just amazing to see that. And then I really started to think about how many times in my particular life I have experienced that. How many times I've experienced this in other people that I've been able to support through the coaching aspect of my programs, going through different aspects of the creation of the modules in the program based on a lot of this experience and what I have seen for over 15 years of being able to coach people and so on. And I find this to be extremely powerful. Why is that? Because the majority of people, what is it that they do when something is coming up? We want to suppress the emotions. We don't want to deal with it. It is too painful. And we have been taught by society that essentially, you know what, everything is going to pass. Don't worry about it. Don't deal with it. It's going to be okay. The fact of the matter is, on the medical side of things, I have seen how this affects people so much. Why is that? Because the more that we suppress, repress, oppress, depress ourselves in terms of dealing with our emotions, the more damage that gets created over time. And this is not about going into this memory lane or this train of psychoanalysis and trying to take a deep dive and let's go back to when you were 3 years old and you had some trauma that happened in your life. Even just thinking about that right now, I just feel completely like, get me out of here, right? That's not what it's about. There's something that is far more powerful than that, and it is to be able to access what is it that is being felt, not only just to feel it, which I teach people in the Alive Partner course, but how do we neutralize that, right? Because let's say that I were to take a knife and I was scraping the surface of your skin, and now the skin is super raw, it's red, it's almost like bleeding, you know, like that kind of like oozy sort of feeling that gets on it. If I were to touch anything in your body and your skin was in that particular state, it would be so excruciatingly painful. It would be so horrible, right? It would be so unbearable. Well, when we start to discover our emotions, when we start to get into the rawness of what is it that is being felt, when we get to the very bare bones of the essence of who we are when we're feeling, if we don't know how to take the gift of that powerful tool of feeling and then go into the aspect of knowing how to neutralize that, what are the different steps that I can do to actually allow this moment that I'm feeling that is so raw, that is so painful, that is so loud, then whatever situation triggers this state, I'm going to continue to repeat the same experience over and over and over again. And in one of the modules of the Alive Partner course, we teach our community members and those course participants how to actually access the superpower that you have inside of you to be able to neutralize those emotions and those experiences that are coming for you. And I will give you a little tip right now so that you gain this value right now as you're listening to this, of one of the things and one of the tools that we use here in the Alive Partner course to be able to do that. And believe it or not, is through the aspect of breathing. And I can't stress enough how powerful it is to do that. And in fact, this is kind of embarrassing, but I'll say it anyways. After so many years of having gone through medical school, having gone to Harvard, Yale, Columbia universities to become an interventional radiologist and an abdominal radiologist, I can tell you that nobody really talked to us, the medical students and people, the doctors in training during those years, to be able to access the power of this, what I call intentional breathing. When I talk about intentional breathing, it allows us to really feel everything that is coming up to the surface as we're going through any particular experience. And this is incredibly powerful, because when I was witnessing what my son was going through, which was so loud for him, so painful, he was screaming, he was crying, rather than me trying to just stop that moment and stop him from having the moment that he was having, what did I do? I just completely felt everything that was coming up for me. And rather than going into, stopping him and containing him, I was just ever expanding in my own experience of myself, the compassion and the degree of being able to listen, to be so present that no matter what was happening for him, I could actually allow the experience to go through me and to be with it. And I'll tell you more, this is not something that just changes your relationship with your husband or your wife. This is something that as a life skill, it changes a complete relationship that you have with yourself with respect to every single person in your life. Whether it's a person that is pumping gas, whether it's a person that sees you at the grocery store, whether it's a person that is actually painting your house, whether it's a family member that you might have been estranged for a long time. The fact of the matter is, these relationships, they bring things up for us, for all of us. And being able to neutralize what's coming up, it really opens up our hearts, it opens up our experience to be compassionate beings. And from that place of compassion, I can create incredible things. I can create possibilities, not only when it comes to my wife, or if you're a woman listening to this, not only for you to be able to understand at a really, really deep level what your man may be going through. And like I said, that extends to maybe if you have children, to be able to navigate the tremendous challenges that actually come through the aspect of parenting. And this is one of the things that we teach in tremendous amount of detail in that particular module of our Alive Partner course about neutralizing your emotions. So I would like to extend the invitation, if you actually are coming across this video for the first time and you're new to the Alive Partner content, to be able to sign on the newsletter below so you can start getting the tools and tips pertaining to everything that we do here in the Alive Partner course. And if you're watching this video before October 13th of this year, we are extending a special offer right now where you can actually get a 50% discount coupon for the course, for the Alive Partner course, insofar as you sign up for it before it closes down on Sunday, the 13th of October at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. I am Mario Torres Leon, founder of AlivePartner.com, and I can't wait to hear your reactions. Comment below, how is this landing for you? And as it has happened to many people who've gone through the experience of the course, listening to this alone may actually just open your ears, your mind, your heart to a whole different range of possibilities. And if it has done that for you, besides commenting, share it, like it, subscribe to us so that we can continue to have this conversation and for you to continue to receive information from us. We send emails pretty much on a daily basis. We're sharing content, and we also go on YouTube live every Wednesday at 1:30 Mountain Time, and every Friday you can catch us on Instagram also live at 1:30 p.m. where I take different questions from the people who are watching and so on. So I hope that this has completely resonated with you and given you a different perspective on a skill set that is massively powerful for the rest of your life. And it's the aspect of neutralizing your emotions. I am Mario Terreslian, founder of LifePartner.com, and I can't wait to see you on the other side. See you soon.